welcome back to another Tech Minds video. So you may have seen one of my recent videos on the Anytone 779UV radio, which is a micro dual band mobile radio. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to program this using the Windows software. So firstly, we need to download the software. Now as I purchased this from moonraker.eu, I'll go ahead and download the programming software from their website to make sure that I have the right version. Now once downloaded, simply uncompress the download and run the setup application. Once installed, it is now time to plug the included programming cable into the 779UV and then plug the USB end into your computer. Now notice here that the programming cable plugs into the microphone socket of the radio, so we need to remove the microphone before connecting the programming cable. Once connected, turn on the 779UV radio. As the programming cable contains a USB to serial interface, we now need to go into Windows devices and look under COM ports for the USB programming cable serial port number. As you can see here, mine is set to COM3. Now we are ready to load the 779UV programming software. Once it's running, go to Set and make sure the comms drop-down selection is the same as the COM port number we saw in the device configuration. Click OK to apply. We're now ready to read the data back from the radio. Select Program, then Read from Radio. Click OK on the little pop-up to confirm that you wish to read the radio's memories back to the computer. You'll now get a progress bar which appears on the computer screen, and on the radio the screen will say reading. Now once complete, the 779UV software will be populated with all of the currently stored memories from your radio. Now that we have all the memories on the computer, let's take a look at how we edit a memory entry. Now all of the memories are listed here, with some of the available fields available for quick editing, such as receive frequency, transmit frequency, channel name, which is shown on the screen of the radio when selected, the TX power level, and any CTCSS encoding or decoding settings. Further memory settings for each channel can be accessed by clicking on the greater than symbols on the More column. Now at this point, you can fully edit the channel with all available fields shown. At the top, we have receive and transmit frequency, and below this, we have the channel name. You can enter up to 8 characters for the channel name. Below this, we have the channel spacing, which is normally 12.5 kHz for the 2 meter band and 25 kHz for the 70 centimeter band. Underneath channel spacing, we have the power level. Now low would be 5 watts, middle equates to 10 watts, and high would be 25 watts. Now further down, we have the CTCSS encode and decode settings. If it's set to none, there'll be no CTCSS tone sent on transmit, and the squelch will be open to receive without a CTCSS tone. This would normally be used with repeaters that use CTCSS. Now another useful setting which you may want to enable, and depending on your usage, would be the busy channel lockout. If you enable this, then the radio will not be able to transmit while there is a signal being received. This can be quite useful if you want to ensure that you will not key over anybody else that is talking. Now 2 further settings on the top right are TX off and scan skip. The TX off, if enabled, will completely disable transmitting on this particular memory. Now this radio comes pre-programmed with the UK PMR channels, but as this radio is not actually permitted to legally transmit on PMR, TX off is ticked to prohibit transmit. However, if you wanted to allow transmitting on this particular channel, you would simply uncheck the TX off checkbox. Now the scan skip checkbox, if enabled, will remove this channel from any scans. Now once you've finished editing this channel, you can save a local backup of the entire memory database, so that if in the future you want to recall it or load it onto another radio, it's going to be there stored on your computer. Now if you don't want to make any further changes, you can now go ahead and send this update to the radio. I'll show you how to do this in a moment. But what about if you want to add a channel? Well, this is quite easy. We simply need to locate an empty row and fill in the details. Now you can enter some of the details on the main screen, but it's a lot easier to double click the more icon there on the right and then add the required details all in one place. Now once the channel edit dialog is open, simply fill in the details as required. Of course, you will need to make sure that you enter the correct receive and transmit frequencies and check all of the other settings as shown when you edit a previously saved memory channel. Now before sending to the radio, you may also wish to save this file locally so you can recall it at a later stage. Now to send to the radio, ensure that the radio is turned on and that the programming cable is connected as shown earlier in the video. Simply select Program from the top and then click Write to Radio. If you're happy to proceed, click OK to start the transfer. You'll now see a progress bar showing on the screen, and on the radio, the display will show writing like this. Once complete, the radio will reboot and your new channel or channel edits will be live on the radio. To confirm this, simply switch to memory mode and find those new channels. Well, there you go, guys. If you own a 779UV, I hope this has helped in giving you some information on how you can program the radio. Although this video is actually quite generic, if you think about it, you can pretty much apply the process and steps in this video with other radios. Of course, you would need to make sure you're using the correct software and the correct programming cables. Until the next video, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.